You want fresh beans in your garden this summer? Keep watching. I'll show you how to grow them from seed. In general, there's two different kinds of beans, pole and bush, and this should be indicated on your seed packet. So if it says bush, it's going to grow as a small bush, like a shrub. And if it is a pole, it's going to need something like the trellis behind me to grow up onto. For reference, here are my pole beans that I grew last year. This is after harvesting a big batch, and then these are all of the beans up on the TP. Here I have one of each on the seed packets. The bush is a Roma Italian flat pod and the pole is a Blue Lake stringless pole. I personally preferred the taste of the pole beans, but it's all about personal preference. Make sure you're reading the instructions on your seed packet. For example, these seeds needed to be soaked in water overnight before planting. Usually that's not totally necessary, but it's definitely going to speed up the germination process. Here's what my pole bean seed looks like. They are larger and really easy to handle. I sow these about an inch deep and water in thoroughly, and I continue to water every morning. You do want to sow these well after any danger of frost. For reference, I am in a zone 6A, so I am sowing these a little earlier than I probably should be, but I am just so antsy to get something in the ground. So since I'm sowing these early, I am going to keep an eye on the temperature and make sure that if it drops below 32, I'm going to cover these seedlings once they sprout. Once the seedlings are well established, I do go in and fertilize with Espoma garden fertilizer, or you can use any fertilizer of your choice. This is really going to help give the seeds all the nutrients they need to grow really big. Overall, beans are pretty easy. They do like cooler weather, so in the heat of summer, they may die back and you may have to start a new crop for fall, but spring is a great time to get started with them. They're great for beginners, pretty easy going. And of all of the plants that I grew last year, honestly, these pole beans were my favorite. They were the most productive and I got so much out of them. Let me know if you have questions in the comments below and if you want to see more gardening tips. Bye.